the number one prep to spend your new round 3 stimulus check on. Hey everybody, this is Michael with Asymmetrical Preparedness. Depending on how much you get from the stimulus, you may not have to spend all of it. Actually, you don't have to spend all of it at all anyway. But what is the number one prep that exists? I would have to say, hands down, the number one prep. Food storage? No. Well, what? Medical? No. Water. That's right. We have to drink. We have to eat also. But I'd say water is number one. Even living where I live. Pacific Northwest, it rains all the time. Yeah. I don't have to worry about water as much maybe as somebody who lives in the desert. Of course not. But here's what I'm going to do. I have to run it through, my better half to make sure that, we can do this. But this upcoming round of stimulus, is if it comes, I wish it wouldn't, honestly. Or I wish it wouldn't go to people like me. I really wish it would go to people that are really affected by this. But, and actually I'd really wish that it didn't go for all the pork bill spending and all the foreign aid and all that crap. I wish it actually went to Americans, that we kept it here to help out the people and the businesses that really need help. But anyway, a good thing to spend on stimulus check, and what I'm hoping to do is I'm hoping to add a 3,000 gallon water tank. Yes, you heard me right. 3,000 gallon water tank. That'll be water for my family for a year, the 4 of us. Because obviously, my 4-year-old probably doesn't need 2 to 3 gallons per day. But I may need more because I'll drink more, be working harder, and hygiene, and cooking, and. And this is potable water for drinking and doing things that, you need to do. Non-potable water, I can get from other sources. So potable water for drinking, this could probably more than a year. But it's, and I want you guys to check this out. If you guys are looking at getting water storage in some larger containers, like maybe, larger than the 50-gallon drums, 300 gallon and up, but they have smaller ones also. Check out Tractor Supply. Not endorsed by them whatsoever. They haven't paid me. No connections whatsoever to Tractor Supply. But I was, doing research like I always do, looking up on Amazon and wanting to add to water storage, because water storage is very important and it's more difficult to do. In some ways it's more difficult to do. I was looking up, so those 6-gallon totes I talked about on yesterday's prep of the day, those come out to $2.50 per gallon to buy, and that's not even talking about the cost of water. I have my own well, so I don't have to pay for it, obviously, but the 3,000 gallon one I'm looking at is 46 cents per gallon. Comes out to about, with tax, and I just pick it up in town, with tax, it's $1,525, I think it comes up to. And I think the 46 cents was based off of the $1,400 before tax price, but still, maybe it's 50 cents a gallon. So what? Actually, that'd be a tiny bit more than 50 cents a gallon. Whatever, that's nuking it out. Adding 3,000 gallons to water, your water supply is amazing. I mean, obviously you'd have to get it home, get it situated, have the space to put that in, good solid ground to put it in, because once that thing's full, oh yeah, that's gonna weigh a lot, right? Yeah, and you ain't moving it once it gets filled. And then you got to pay to fill it. How are you going to fill it? If you're on city water, well, you're going to have a big water bill to get that thing full. But like I said, I have a well, so I'm going to fill it via well water. And yeah, just pay a little more in electricity for my well. But anyway, you don't have to do 3,000 gallons. But if you want to take water storage seriously, think about 300 gallons at least. At least get a month or two of water storage, please. Water, 3 days without water, right? Yeah, you can't, very important. And I've been thinking about putting in like maybe a pool or a cistern type thing. Dig a hole, line it with concrete, then get that sealant paint. Basically, it's like a sealant that you put in there so it makes it waterproof, and then filling it up, making a lid for it, and a sealed lid for it, and then burying it with like an inch or two of dirt. That way it's out of sight, out of mind. Nobody needs to know it's even there. Yeah, and that may be an option for somebody. But it's like permanent. You got to dig the hole. You got to have somewhere to put the dirt. A lot of other things, Then you got to do all the concrete and everything like that. Or you can buy something like this. I did, however, note, because I thought about, I could bury one of these. They're not designed to be buried. Don't know why. I couldn't see a problem with burying it most of the way, at least. Take up less space, maybe. I don't know. Also, they're black, the one I'm looking at getting, so it helps defeat the sun, bacteria, stuff like that. But they're not insulated. You would want to build like some kind of structure around them, insulate the outside of them, something if you're really worried about freezing and or the changes in temperatures to help mitigate some of that. Where I'm going to put it is a nice shaded area so it won't get direct sun at all. And it doesn't get cold enough here for something like that to freeze. That will not freeze ever here, so I don't have to worry about that. I will, however, be minus a little potato patch because I've grown potatoes traditionally where I'm planning on putting this if we get it. But anyway, this upcoming stimulus check, think ahead. Get things like seeds, things to help you become more self-reliant. That's the big thing for me, more self-reliance. Water is one of them. A lot of people just kind of like, oh yeah, water. I'm going to go buy some more rice and beans. You know how much water it takes to reconstitute those rice and beans? A lot. Have you planned for that? Water, I get, is the most non-glorious prep there is out there, probably. But I'll tell you what, if you have proper water storage, oh wow, come a real event, you are going to be so blessed by the fact that you stored water. Trust me, you will be very, very happy you stored a lot of water. I will have enormous peace of mind every time I walk outside and I see that 3,000 gallon water tank. I'll be like, hoo-yah, I would love to have two of them. But, I think it's a decent investment, $1,500. Go there, throw that in the back of my truck. Luckily, I have a, long bed, full-size, 1-ton truck. So, I'll be able to transport it. Strap it down, of course. Get it home. Not really sure. I gotta look. It's one thing I gotta look up. I gotta look up how much they weigh. So make sure that whenever you're getting whatever you're getting, if you go this route, that you check out the weight, how much it weighs, so that once you get it on site, you have the ability to move it where you need to put it, and the ability to transport it. Is your truck, trailer, whatever, buddy's truck, buddy's trailer, capable of carrying it? And like I said, once you get it home, can you get it into the location where you need to get it? Most of these are probably, I don't know about the smaller ones, maybe the 300 gallon ones you might be able to fit inside and then fill it up. But remember also, the floor of your home is, unless you're like, even if you're on concrete slab, you still have a subfloor and stuff like that. So pay attention to the weight. Don't put too much weight and have your floor collapse underneath it. So pay attention to those kind of things. What's another thing? Okay, if you're looking at this as a source of water for your home, which you can do, you can plumb it right into your water, your water supply for your home. Think about elevating it. What does that entail? Building a water tower? If you have a hill on your property, an elevated piece of ground that has the ability to put this tank on it, you could do that. Weight also, make sure you're paying attention to weight and the ability to fill it, obviously. And then also, once you start using it, how are you going to refill it? Rainwater collection, maybe? Have a smaller container, maybe. Maybe, say, the 300-gallon one, because that's another thing I thought about getting, like a 160-gallon or a 300-gallon one in the back of my truck that I could go down and use a little puppy pump or a manual pump, hand pump, whatever it may be, from the local lake and pump it into my tank, probably filter it in process of that, and then also when I'm pumping it from that tank into my bigger tank, filter it in that process. Then maybe even throw some, appropriate amount of bleach in there, maybe on the light side because you filtered it properly. I filtered it properly. But think about things like that also. Filtration. $1,500 for 3,000 gallons of water. It's a year of water, at least a year of water for my family. $1,500. Come on now, don't even tell me that last AR you bought or built didn't cost around that. Did you really need that? Maybe you did. But I'll tell you what, you have to drink water. You have to be able to hydrate yourself to live. You don't necessarily need another fancy, pew or any other one, fancy or not, at all. Think about the really important things. You have to drink. You don't have to use one of these. You may be in a situation where you have to, but the more likelihood is that you'll have to drink, right? Yeah, I know I will have to drink. I don't know for a fact I'll have to use one of these. Sorry for that. You guys know, YouTube, yeah, algorithm. Anyway, trying to defeat that, trying to reach more people, get the word out, build more assets instead of liabilities. More people prepared, better off we are as a community and as a country. Anyway, so yeah, think about things. Brainstorm. If you already have a really good water storage plan, then what else can you use your stimulus check or portion of your stimulus check for? You may need it to live. I get it. You're one of those people out there that really needs it because you're hurting. Bless you. My prayers, honestly, my prayers are with you. I pray for you guys that are hurting out there on a regular basis because I do care. They're going to give me money, sure. I'll take it, I'll use it, but I would much rather go to people that actually need it. There's a lot of people hurting out there. I give back in my own way, many ways, but I'm not here to talk about that, talk about me. I don't need credit for the things I do. I don't ever do anything for credit. If I wanted credit, yeah, I wouldn't have done most of the things I did in my life. But anyway, think about what you can use that for. It's a perfect opportunity if some of that stimulus check is above and beyond money, extra money, something like that, or you can sneak a little bit out of it, you can fit a little bit out of it to get in some more preps. Highly recommend it. Please do so. Water is just, I know it's a boring topic, and I tell you what, like I talked about these things, if I did a video titled, this that you need for SHTF, it would get at least 5, maybe 10 times the amount of views that this video is going to get. But what will truly ensure that you live in an SHTF scenario. I'd rather have a 3,000 gallon water tank full of water than another one of those. Any day. Any day. So please, like I said, it's not a cool, exciting topic, but please take this seriously. It's vital. Anyway, I feel like I'm starting to get to the point where I'm reiterating and blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to sit here and do that. So I'm just going to tell you guys, please prep a little every day. Talk about that all the time. Prep a little every day, please. Take your fitness seriously. Take hydration seriously. Drink lots of water. It's good for you. Come on, guys. We got to be healthy. We got to be healthy to be able to do the things, right? We're not going to be good to anybody if we're not healthy, if we don't take care of ourselves. If we're not strong, healthy, capable, all those things. So anyway, prepping is living insurance. Remember that. Love you guys, and blessings to you and yours.